Welcome to your weekly reading. Let me share the information I've got for you this week. I've got one tarot card, and that is the Nine of Swords. Then I've got two other pieces of information that help clarify that key message for the week. The first one is an angel answer card. I'm going to hold it right to the camera, so hopefully the light doesn't bounce off it too much, and that is success. So we've got the word there, success, on the bottom. These are really shiny cards, and where I record all of the readings, I'm right next to the road and the street, and what I have to do is pull the blind down and have some studio lights on. Right at the beginning, I did it with the blind up to get the natural light coming in, and I had loads of people walking past just looking, saying, what's she doing? So I pull the blind down. I have to use studio lights. So it does mean with these shiny cards, the light reflects off it, and some people were saying they were having difficulty seeing the card. So I'll try and do that. I don't know if that's going to be any better for you guys, but I can only apologise. It's not sort of, might not be perfect, but actually that's so funny. A word that they gave me is the perfect in the imperfect. All right, that's another clarifier for this Nine of Swords. The perfect in the imperfect. Get that right. So let's begin then. With tarot cards, I'm sure you know, and I'm sure I've mentioned it, that there are many different meanings for the different cards. They also give me additional messages and information around the cards. But the big thing with this, the Nine of Swords, is that I'm getting for this particular week is lack of confidence. This card can mean all sorts of things, from you having sleepless nights to being worried about something, having something on your mind, like when your mind just churns over and over again and you're thinking, how shall I do it? And you're trying to preempt things, you're trying to go to the future, you're trying to go to the back in the past. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. And oh, how is this going to be? So it can be all of that sort of stuff. And I always liken this to a spectrum, and depending on what your particular situation is, depending on what's going on for you currently, you will be at a different place in the spectrum. So for some of you, something might be going on where you really are, in quite a dark place, and others of you have just got loads on your mind. Swords is a very mental energy. It's your thoughts and your thinking, but it can also be your subconscious as well, where we store all of the limitations and the blocks and limiting beliefs, all of that stuff. So it could just be you're being triggered. But do you know what I'm getting for most of us this particular week is that something could come along to rock your confidence, or you're having a moment where you're just lacking confidence for whatever reason. And the clarifiers are the two other pieces of information they gave me. So let's dive into those. And firstly, let's talk about the success card. It's a lovely picture of like a person or an angel, and that reaching up to the light, because what they are saying with this is that even if you're having a moment, this is, when you have your wobble, your lack of confidence, they're saying that success is assured. That is a really big message I'm picking up, that even though you're going over some hurdles, you are trying to get round some obstacles, you're having a moment where you don't believe, or you've lost faith, or whatever it is for you, that lack of confidence, they're saying, but don't worry, because this is temporary. This shall pass, that saying, that famous saying, this too shall pass. It feels transient, it doesn't feel as though it's going to be stuck with you and you're going to be in the ditch, not knowing how to get out. That's the impression they're giving me. That's the feeling they're giving me. So it feels like success is yours. It's there. It's been decided. It's been agreed upon. It's absolutely there. This week just feels like there is something about the lack of confidence, and this can come from. Oh, it can come from anywhere, can't it? It can be other people in our lives, even people that are close to us, don't realise it, don't mean to, but they might say something and it just has you thinking, oh no, but I haven't thought of this, and what if that happens? And so, yeah, just remember that success is at hand. And the other thing is, even though sometimes things appear imperfect, there is perfection to be found in the imperfect. And also, I think with this, that when you're lacking the confidence, something else they're giving me is that we have a tendency to focus on all the things that aren't working. We've talked about this, but I do feel this, they're giving me it so strongly. And what's happening is it just knocks you. But what they're also giving me, and this is another message around this, you are perfect, it's taking you less and less time to recover from these moments of wobbles. Some of you are getting pretty good at this now. You're having a moment, the lack of confidence, the wobble, whatever it is, and you are able to find your way back to the perfection, the alignment, the center, the grounding, whatever you want to call it, your angels and guides, God, whatever. And you're able to move from what could be deemed as imperfect back into the perfect state. So that's interesting, isn't it? So they're just relaying that for many of you out there that are listening to this. You are getting pretty good. I nearly said another word there. Pretty good at, having the moment of lack of confidence, but then getting yourself back on track. And they're telling me that is just going to get easier and easier and easier and easier as you go on. And this is the whole evolution and you going up to the next level. How exciting. So it just feels like, I know some people panic when they see these cards. There might be one of these moments, or you might just be feeling this lack of confidence this week. However, have faith. Be aware the success is at hand. You are on track and you are getting really good at finding the perfect in the imperfect. I hope it's a great week and thank you so much for watching.